Hi, sis. Welcome back to the Own Your Yes podcast. I'm Dr. Phyllis, your coach, and I am still recording at a different location. We have finally completed the repairs at my parents' home. It's been wild to say the least. So, despite all that, I was determined that I was going to continue to be accountable to you and myself to get this podcast episode out today. And as I've been thinking about you this week, I've been really thinking about how time sensitive the subject is that I want to talk to you today. How many of you know about emails that are stamped time sensitive? You'll get a letter in the mail. It's time sensitive. They need your attention right away. Well, sis, I want to talk to you today in episode 85 about a subject that I feel in my heart is time sensitive. The urgent call to reconnect with your true self. It's so important, sis, because I really feel this is something that you have been putting off. And enough is enough. Tonight, today, this morning is the time for you to reconnect with your true self. Maybe you have been caught up in expectations, requests, deadlines, and responsibilities that have got you so overstretched and overcommitted that you've just gotten so far off and lost somewhere in the shuffle. So much so that life has just become one big blur. Does that resonate with you? Because I know from personal experience how it is to feel like life is one big blur. But the reality is that God never intended for your identity to be so swallowed up by your responsibilities, your tasks, your to-do list, your expectations, the needs of others. He created you for more. And now is the time for you to come back to yourself. So let's dive in and talk about it. I was 55 years old when, as you've heard me talk before, when God yanked me off of the treadmill that my life had become, because it had become one big blur. I was disconnected from myself, my true identity. I was disconnected from my purpose. And yes, I was disconnected from God. I was on this treadmill, as I described it, but really what it was is I had lost my identity. I had lost the joy. I was searching for something, but I had become so much of what I was doing that I had lost the essence of who I am and who I was at that time. And so much so that I was saying yes to everything because I was in search of something that I did not quite know what it was. And yet I found that it's never too late, as you hear me always say, to make a change, to reconnect with who you are, just like I had to reconnect with who I am and do the work to get reconnected with myself, start living my life instead of it living me on autopilot, and reconnect with what's most important and who's most important in my life to fulfill God's purpose for my life. And through that, I was able to reconnect with joy, start living life with intention. Does that mean that it's perfect? Does that mean that it's easy? Does that mean that it's always smooth? No. But yet I feel more in control of those things that I can control, which is saying when I say yes and what I say yes to, that I can walk into my eyes wide open. And that is a reason why I'm so committed to help other Christian women, high achievers, doing it all like me, and those younger coming behind me to own your yes. So, my main point to you, sis, is when who you are gets lost inside of everything you do, it's a sign that reconnection is time sensitive. It's critical. Enough is enough, and the time is now to make a change. You are not the sum or total or package of your roles, your tasks, or your achievements. Reconnecting with your true self is critical because only when you live from your identity can you fully walk in your God-given purpose. Maybe you've been feeling it. I can feel you, and I know you're like me. And as I said, I've felt that way. The sense that your life is a constant stream of doing, but you can't quite grasp being. Let me say that to you again. And think about where you are, sis. The main point is the sense that your life is a constant stream of doing, but you can't quite grasp being. That quiet ache inside, reminding you there's more to you than the endless cycle of tasks and expectations. If you are feeling that ache, that longing, that question in your mind and your heart of what if there is something else, is your invitation to reconnect with your true self. And I want to share with you a framework, a approach to thinking, something I want you to write down, journal about, or dictate into your phone, of course, while you're not driving, is the following. These are 3 time-sensitive signals that it's time for you to reconnect. Signal 1, you can't find yourself beyond your responsibilities. I'm going to say that one again. You can't find yourself beyond your responsibilities. When asked who you are, you think of everything you do for others, not your essence or calling. Signal 2, you feel invisible inside your own life. This is a good one. You feel invisible inside your own life. Even when you're doing so much, you feel unseen, even to yourself. Signal 3, constant pressure, little joy. Constant pressure, little joy. Every accomplishment feels like just another box checked instead of a reflection of your true self. So let's tie it all together. Signal 1, you can't find yourself beyond your responsibilities. Signal 2, you feel invisible inside your own life. And signal 3, constant pressure, little joy. And sis, I want you to remember these signals are not signs of weakness. They're signs that it's time to pause, to breathe, and come home and reconnect to who you are. So this week, I want you to ask yourself the question each day: who am I beyond what I do? Who am I beyond what I do? Daily. And I'm a definite supporter of doing things early in the morning before the day gets going. Is take a moment and write one sentence answering the question, who am I today beyond my roles and responsibilities? Who am I today beyond my roles and responsibilities? And I'd even to expand it to beyond my roles and tasks. Roles, responsibilities, and tasks. Who am I today beyond my roles, tasks, and responsibilities? Keep it simple. I'm going to say it one more time because I kind of flipped the order on you there a little bit. And it doesn't matter the order, but I want you to think about those 3 key words. Who am I today beyond my roles, responsibilities, and tasks? Keep it simple. Don't overthink your answer. Even small moments of intentional reflection can help you start pulling out and reconnecting with your identity beyond your endless to-do list and bring you back to your true self one day at a time. Sis, this is of a time sensitive nature. Your life is important. Your joy is important. Stop waiting for life or other people to grant you the permission or open the door or give you the opportunity or tell you how it's important for you to take a break and get connected to who you are. They're not going to do it, sis. You have to make the decision that today is the day to live life differently. You've heard me use the words autopilot. You've heard me use the phrase life living you instead of you living your life. All of that is important because you're important. You have to make the decision. As the serenity prayer says, and the writer asks for God to grant the wisdom to know the difference between what you can change and what you can't. Who you are is so important. And the first step is reconnecting to your true identity. Stop being invisible in your own life. You are worth it, and it's never too late. Never too late. And I see you, and I'm here for you. I love you. You are a great person. You've been carrying so much on your shoulders. And it's time now for you to make yourself a priority and reconnect with who you are so you can step into what God has created for you to fulfill on this journey to your purpose. Again, I love you. I look forward to our time every week. And I pray that you will remember it's never too late to own your yes and reconnect with your identity. Today, I want you to say yes to you. And as I always remind you as well, let's grow our community, our movement of other high achieving Christian women so that we together can hold each other up and let each other know it's never too late to make a change, to reconnect to our true self. Share, like, subscribe. It would mean so much. If you are listening over on Apple or Spotify or the other platforms, I would love for you to leave a rating so that I know what you think or what you'd like to hear about on this podcast, because it's our podcast. And your transformation, your quality of life, your joy is important to me. So until next time, I'll see you back here on the Own Your Yes. Take care now. Bye.